Good morning to all of you. In today's lecture, we will see what is the virtualization structures and what are the various types of tools and mechanism available for the virtualization concept. So basically, we can say that in general, there are three typical classes of virtual machine architecture. First one is before virtualizations, the operating system manages the hardware, and after virtualizations, a virtual layer is inserted between the hardware and the operating system. And in such type of cases, the virtualizations layer is responsible for converting portions of the real hardware into virtual hardware. Therefore, different operating systems such as Linux and Windows can run on the same physical machine simultaneously. And depending on the positions of the virtualizations layer, there are several classes of virtual machine architecture, and namely the hypervisor architecture, para-virtualizations, the host-based virtualizations, and the hypervisor is also known as a virtual machine monitor VMM. So first one is what is hypervisor and Gen architecture. So basically, if we talk about the hypervisor, then hypervisor support hardware level virtualizations on the bare metal device. Bare metal device like as a CPU, memory, disk, and a network interface, etc. The hypervisor software sits directly between the physical hardware and its operating system. This virtualization layer is referred to as either the virtual machine monitor VMM or the hypervisor. The hypervisor provides hypercall for the guest operating system and its applications. Depending on the functionality, a hypervisor can assume a microkernel architecture like the Microsoft Hyper-V, or it can assume a monolithic hypervisor architecture like the VMware ESX for server virtualizations. A microkernel hypervisor include only the basic and unchanging function, and these are such as physical memory management and processor scheduling. The device drivers and other changeable components are outside the hypervisor. A monolithic hypervisor implements all the aforementioned functions including those of the device driver. Therefore, the size of the hypervisor code of a microkernel hypervisor is smaller than the monolithic hypervisor. And essentially, a hypervisor must be able to convert a physical device into virtual resource dedicated for the deployed virtual machine to use. Now, what is the Zen architecture? So Zen is an open source hypervisor program and it is developed by Cambridge University. Basically, Zen is a microkernel hypervisor which separate the policy from the mechanism. The Zen hypervisor implements all the mechanism, leaving the policy to the handled by the domain 0. Zen does not include any device driver natively. It just provides a mechanism by which a guest operating system can have direct access to the physical devices. As a result, the size of the Zen hypervisor is kept rather small. Zen provides a virtual environment located between the hardware and the operating system. A number of vendors are in the process of developing commercial Zen hypervisor. Among them are Citrix Zen Server and Oracle Virtual Machine. The core component of Zen system are the hypervisor, kernel, and applications. The organizations of the three component is important. Like other virtualization system, many guest operating system can run on the top of the hypervisor. However, not all guest operating systems are created equal, and one in a particular control the others. The guest operating system which has controllability is known as a domain 0, and the other are called domain U. Domain 0 is a privileged guest operating system of Zen architecture, and it is the first loaded when Zen boot without any file system drivers being available. Domain 0 is designed to access hardware directly and manage devices. Therefore, one of the responsibility of domain 0 is to allocate and map hardware resource for the guest domain. And this one is the Zen hypervisor. First there is a hardware devices. After hardware devices we install Zen hypervisor applications, and after that original machine can work like as a control input output known as a domain 0. Next one is a guest domain. Guest domain means which one have the control ability is known as a domain 0, and which have not control ability is known as a domain U. So in this example, Gen is based on the Linux and its security level is C2. Its management virtual machine named domain 0, which has the privilege to manage other virtual machines implemented on the same host. If domain 0 is compromised, the hacker can control the entire system. So in the virtual machine system, security policy are needed to improve the security of domain 0. Domain 0 behaving as a VMM allow user to create, copy, save, read, modify, share, migrate, and roll back virtual machines as easily as manipulating a file, which flexibly provides tremendous benefit for user. Unfortunately, it is also bring a series of security problems during the software life cycle and data lifetime. If we talk traditionally, a machine's lifetime can be envisioned as a straight line where the current state of the machine is a point that progresses monotonically as the software executes. During this time, configuration changes are made, software is installed, and patches are applied. In such an environment, the virtual machine state is akin to a tree. At any point, executions can go into any different branches where multiple instances of a virtual machine can exist at any point in this tree at any given time. Virtual machines are allowed to roll back to previous state in their executions. For example, to fix a configuration error or return from the same point many times. Example as a mean of distributions, dynamic control content, or circulating a live system images. Second one is a binary translation with full virtualizations. So depending on the implementation technologies, hardware virtualizations can be classified into two categories. First one is a full virtualizations and second one is a host based virtualizations. So full virtualization does not need to modify the host operating system. It relies on binary translation to trap and to virtualize the executions of creation sensitive non-virtualizable instructions. The guest operating system and their applications consist of non-critical and critical instructions. In a host-based system, both a host operating system and a guest operating system are used. A virtualization software layer is built between the operating system and the guest operating system. And these two classes of virtual machine architecture are introduced next. So first one is a full virtualizations. So with full virtualizations, non-critical instructions run on the hardware directly, while critical instructions are discovered and replaced with trap into the virtual machine monitor to be evaluated by software. Both the hypervisor and virtual machine approaches are considered full virtualizations, while are only critical instructions trapped into the virtual machine monitor. This is because binary translations can incur a large performance overhead. Non-critical instructions do not control hardware or threaten the security of the system, but the critical instructions do. Therefore, running non-critical instructions on hardware not only can promote efficiency but also can ensure system security. Second one is a binary translation with the guest operating system requested using virtual machine monitor. So this approach was implemented by the virtual machineWare VMware and many other software companies. As shown in next figure, VMware puts the virtual machine monitor at ring 0 and the guest operating system at ring 1. This one is a figure where virtual machine monitor has ring 0 and a guest operating system on the ring 1. So the virtual machine monitor scan the instructions stream and identify the privileged, controlled, and behavior sensitivity instructions. When these instructions are identified, they are trapped into the virtual machine monitor, which emulates the behavior of these instructions. The method used in this emulations is called a binary translation. Therefore, full virtualizations combine binary translation and direct executions. The guest operating system is completely decoupled from the underlying hardware. So here are the figure: virtual machine monitor at the ring 0, guest operating system at ring 1, and user applications at ring 3. So user applications can direct executions of user request to the host computer system software hardware. Our guest operating system firstly communicate with the virtual machine monitor, then virtual machine monitor can execute with the host computer system hardware. This one is known as the binary translation of operating system requested, and first one where user apps can communicate with the host computer system hardware is known as the direct executions of user request. So the performance of full virtualizations may not be ideal because it involves binary translation, which is rather time consuming. In particular, the full virtualizations of output intensive applications is really a big challenge. Binary translations employ a code cache to store translated host instructions to improve performance, but it increases the cost of memory uses. At the time of this writing, the performance of virtualizations on the x86 architecture is typically 80% to 97% that of the host machine.